Hello and welcome back to Democracy, everybody. Welcome back to Helldivers, where today we're going to be going over the secondary weapons, and this is just my favorite secondary weapons. So for this, we got our tier list, where we've got the C tier. Kind of just like having a C tier on here because I think it's kind of funny. Then we got Trusted Tools, Battle Tested Beauties, and Super Earth's Finest. I don't have Super Earth Shame like I did on the other one. I'll probably be doing that with the special weapons though. Did that with primaries, but I don't really hate any of the secondaries. They're all fine and they're all meant to like complement your build overall. So let's just go over each of these. First up, we have the Warrant. This is the Judge Dredd pistol slash the RoboCop pistol because it's inspired by both of them and kind of a mishmash of each. This one's pretty good. I do like this one. It's got lock on, it's got good damage, it's got medium armor pen. It did get better with the latest patch because they did make it less clunky overall. So for an overall rating, I would put this one up in Battle Tested Beauties. I do like this one quite a bit. It's a lot better on like bot missions and squid missions than it is on bug missions though. Bug missions, it feels a little bit awkward, and previously it was really awkward on the bug missions when it wouldn't target like Brood Commander, so you had to swap off the targeting mode. I do like that they fixed the iron sights with this. That is a whole lot better because they used to just look strange, where it's like your person would like look over the top of your gun rather than actually like aiming with it. It always felt a little bit weird to me. It's been fixed, and I don't know if it still targets bug tunnels. I don't think so anymore. That was kind of weird before, but it wasn't such a big deal, and it does target Brood Commanders now, so that's a bonus. Warrant is a pretty cool weapon. Then we've got our P2 Peacemaker. This one is the starting pistol. And this one, I would probably say is like C tier. This one's never really been my favorite, mostly because it's never really been the best. It's always felt like an okay pistol. Like, I do random loadouts pretty often when I'm streaming, and for some reason the random loadout generator likes to give me this one a lot. And it's never been bad, and it has gotten better over time. It used to be in a really bad spot when the game first came out, where as soon as you got the submachine gun, as soon as you got the Redeemer, there was no reason to stick with the pistol, because it just held more bullets, it held more total ammo overall, and was full auto, and could be semi-auto, and had better sights. This one, since they buffed it up pretty significantly, it is a lot better now. Now it's got like 95 damage per shot, it has light armor pen still, fast reload, fast rate of fire, no recoil with it. It's a perfectly fine, serviceable starting pistol. I just don't like it as much as some of the other pistols. I find them a lot more fun than this, so I'm going to put it there. Next up, we got the Redeemer. Redeemer, I do like quite a bit. Redeemer is probably also going to go up into the Battle Tested Beauties. This one has always been solid. It's just a little submachine gun. Has light armor pen. You can spray it out really fast. Holds 30 plus 1 rounds at it. You could set it to semi-auto if you want to. The red dot on it's pretty nice. Works really well against bugs and squids. It works okay against bots too, like you can spray down berserkers if they come charging at you, so that's kind of nice. It also pairs really well with quite a few primary weapons that don't have a fast rate of fire or are like explosive weapons that kind of struggle when enemies get right up next to you. You can spray them down with this. Then we've got the P113 Verdict, the Deagle, or 1911, I've heard it called both. It kind of looks more Deagle-like to me, but I kind of understand like the 45 with the long slide. This one is really cool. This one's a really good weapon. I would say, for me personally, I'd probably put this up into Battle Tested Beauties. It's not always one of my go-to weapons, but I've never been disappointed in the Verdict at all. It has always been solid. It did get a buff too recently. I don't know why they buffed it, but cool. It got like 10 more points of damage. It was already doing really good damage per shot. It has a fast rate of fire, fast reload. It's really easy to control. It puts down basically anything that you want to be shooting with it. Like, it just feels like a really good secondary. Then we got the Senator, or the Big Iron. And the Big Iron's going to go up into Super Earth's Finest. The Big Iron is amazing. I love this gun. It's got heavy armor pen on it, which is really good. You can take down like Hulks with it. You can take down Chargers with it if you really want to. 6 shots. The speed loader's fantastic with it. It got buffed a little bit in the last patch, and they didn't say anything about it, where they gave it 25 more points of damage for some reason. Cool. I like the Big Iron. The Big Iron is really good. The only thing I don't entirely like about this is the iron sights. I wish the sights were a little bit different, because like the weird like double glass sight thing just feels awkward to me to be shooting this in like first person. So most of the time I'm just firing it in third person. Then we've got the Halo pistol, and this one I'd probably put up into Trusty Tools. This one I do like a little bit more than the starting pistol, probably just because it has a suppressor and it's a little bit more silent. I like the sound a little bit more with this one. It's not really that much better than the starting pistol, or it's basically the same, where the starting pistol does hold 3 extra rounds but does slightly less damage. This one does slightly more damage, isn't suppressed, but it holds 12 rounds in it. Both have the same amount of total mags. You can get about the same amount of total damage from either one of them, assuming that you hit a lot of your shots. Very little recoil. It's a cool weapon to be throwing on, especially if you want to go in like stealthy. I've never really enjoyed it as much as some of the other pistols though. I like some of the other ones like the Deagle a little bit more. I find that to be a little bit better. Then we've got all of our melee options, where first up we've got the Stun Lance, which is really tiny on here for some reason. That thing is huge in game, but Stun Lance I'd probably put up into trusty tools. Stun Lance I would say is probably one of the best melee weapons in the game, but it's not personally one of my favorites. It's kind of cool to take it with a shield and just stab stuff, go full Spartan build. That is really awesome. And it does stun as well as it does do kind of more damage, or the damages aren't really accurate with the melee weapons because all of them have medium armor pen, but I believe all of them say that they have light. So they are pretty good for that. This one does give you the longest reach, and stunning enemies is quite strong. Then we've got the Saber. The Saber I'm probably going to put up in battle tested beauties. I do like this one quite a bit more. It's really good if you combine it with the shield and you take it on like the Illuminate front. You can just sit there and hack apart basically everything. Besides, you don't want to get that close to harvesters, but most other enemies, like you can hack apart the Voteless super easy with this. It swings really fast. That's really good. It did get a buff to give it even more damage. Can take down like the Overseers. It can take down the flesh mobs too if you really want to use it for them. It's really good for just clearing up the small things. On like bot missions, it's kind of awkward. I don't really like using melee on bots, at least this one, because it's just really weird to try to fight like berserkers with it. The other enemies you can kind of beat up, especially if you got the shield, and small bots you can hack apart. Really cool weapon though. The sword does look fantastic. It might be my favorite looking of all the melee weapons that we've gotten so far. Then we've got the Stun Baton, which for me, I think I'm going to have to put this in C tier. Stun Baton feels kind of awkward to me. It can be really good though. I don't want to like discredit this weapon, because if you do fight like stalkers pretty often, this one's really good. If they get right up next to you, you can smack them and potentially save yourself. That is a really good bonus. It's pretty good on bugs in general because you can hit so many of them so quickly and then just kind of run off while they're stunned, or like drop a gas strike on them, throw a gas grenade, something like that. You can kill quite a bit there, and this can save your skin quite a bit. But to me, I just don't really like the way this one feels that much. It feels really awkward if you're going to be using it on like the other enemies, sort of. It actually works fairly well against the Illuminate though, because you can smack like the flesh mobs and kind of stun them. Then we have the Combat Hatchet. This one got buffed. This one does feel pretty good now. I'm still gonna probably put it in trusty tools because it feels a little bit more awkward to me than like the sword. It's still got the slower swing speed. They actually kind of made that even slower, but it does do a whole lot more damage, so you can hack into things. Pretty good against medium enemies now. It actually feels decent on bots if you want to be hacking them apart. Same thing goes with like the machete, which we're going to be talking about here in a second. Like the heavier attacking weapons do actually feel pretty decent on them if they do want to rush you. So like Combat Hatchet is cool, and I'm glad that we do have like a tomahawk weapon in there, because it looks really awesome, so I do appreciate that. Machete is probably my favorite of the melee weapons. I'm still probably going to put it up in the battle tested beauties because sometimes it still feels awkward to me. It does have a slow swing speed, but it hits really hard now, especially with the buff where they gave it a ton of armor piercing on it, and it has like 200 damage per swing, so it's pretty much the old Senator hitting things. That does feel really good. You can just like hack a berserker in half with this with one swing. That feels really nice. And it's actually kind of good on bots. I actually kind of like this one. This was probably my favorite bot melee weapon. It's pretty good against the Illuminate too, because you can just hack apart the Overseers really fast. You can hack apart crowds kind of quick. It doesn't swing as fast as the Saber. I know when I was talking about these the first time around, I was under the impression that it did have the same swing speed as the Saber, but as people pointed out, that's not true. And they were correct about that. Saber does swing much faster than the machete, but machete does feel really good. I like the swords. Swords are pretty cool. Then we move on to our special weapons, where we got the Stim Pistol. Stim Pistol I'm going to put up into trusty tools because it is really fun to take this. I really like taking it with teammates, especially if they bring like the double-edged sickle. It's a really fun combination. It's really good to be using overall, and it does seem to benefit from having medic armor on too, which I wasn't aware of until kind of recently. At least it seems to give better heals than it did previously. The main problem with the Stim Pistol though is the frustration that you get when you can't quite hit somebody or when somebody's out of range, especially with like the desync on the servers, where it looks like you are hitting somebody but technically you're not because they're not exactly where you're shooting. That is really annoying. What would be really, really cool though is if they gave the targeting system from the Warrant and put it on the Stim Pistol. If they did that, I would really love the Stim Pistol, and I think everybody else would. I don't think that would really be overpowered to just make the Stim Pistol more consistent. It would be a really cool buff for that, so hopefully Arrowhead does that at some point. Then we got the Bushwhacker. Bushwhacker's probably going to go up into my battle trusted beauties. This shotgun is cool. I like it a lot. The only kind of downside is that you have to reload it pretty often, but for a sawed-off shotgun, this has surprisingly good spread at very long range. Like, this is probably the most accurate sawed-off shotgun I've seen in any video game. Kind of too accurate at points, where it seems kind of ridiculous at some distances where you can just one-shot things with this. Does the same damage as the Punisher, which is one of my favorite shotguns overall. Hits like an absolute truck. It can one-shot stalkers with this. Works really well in combination with weapons that don't work really well at close range. It's similar to like the submachine gun. Then we got the Crisper. Crisper is really fun too. I do like this weapon a lot. I think I'm going to put this one up into Battle Tested Beauties too, because there are times when I bring the Crisper that it's kind of awkward. Usually if I have a primary weapon that doesn't have the most ammo and I'm not taking like supply backpack, or I'm not taking a special weapon, or I've lost my special weapon or something like that, and then I have to run and assault stuff with the Crisper. Unlike bug and squid missions, this one melts through just about everything. It can even melt the bots really well too. It is really good. I didn't know how much I would like this weapon when it first came out, because like a little handheld flamethrower that you could light yourself on fire with doesn't sound really the best, but man, this thing kills stuff fast. It is really cool. I do like the little hair sprayer. Next up, we got the dagger. I know a lot of people really like this one. I'm gonna put it into like trusty tools for me though. Dagger is really good. It feels a little bit awkward to me. It was better when it was bugged and actually had infinite ammo. Then it was actually really nice. But this gun is cool. It's just a little laser beam. You just hold it on to stuff. It has very long range. You can basically use it the same way that you can the scythe. And this one's really good if you want to take on like bot missions and then just zap all of the mines too. That's a really good bonus. For me, it's always just felt a little bit strange. I'm not really sure how to describe it. I think it's just more like the laser weapons themselves, like holding it on a target. Doesn't feel as impactful as actually like shooting stuff. Then we've got the grenade pistol. Grenade pistol, I would say, is probably up into Super Earth's finest for me. I do like the grenade pistol a lot. It's very fun. It's very strong. It's one of the best secondaries in the game. But on top of that, it's just fun to use against most enemies, especially against like the shielded bots. Single shot grenade launcher does do good damage, can close up stuff, which is a huge advantage for it. The red dot that's got on it is pretty good. Only kind of problem is you can potentially blow yourself up with it or injure yourself with it, which does happen to me pretty often. Then we have the Talon. Talon's another one of the Super Earth's finest. I really like the Talon. It's probably my go-to secondary right now. I think I use it the most out of any of them. Laser revolver, you get about 7 shots with this in rapid succession before you would need to reload it, but it can potentially have infinite ammo. It's got medium armor pen, really high damage. The fast rate of fire is really good, and a lot of the time it never really runs out of ammo. Even when I'm spamming this, I rarely actually have to reload it, so really, really cool weapon. Then we have the Ultimatum. The Ultimatum I'm probably going to put into the Battle Trusted Beauties. It's good too, I really do like it, but having just 2 shots kind of sucks. I wish you got more with it, and I kind of wish that it also got its demo strength back, because it was really nice to just blow up like detector towers with this. It's still really good. It's the only secondary that can actually close up like Titan tunnels, one of the few weapons that can, so it is good on like the underground missions. Although with dynamite getting buffed, that's actually an option too that you can throw in there. This one does kill just about anything with one shot. Like, you can knock out Hulks, you can knock out tanks, you can hurt the Factory Strider with this, you can hurt the Hive Lord with this to some extent. It is a very, very cool weapon. You can also blow yourself up with it. I've had plenty of teammates blow me up with the Ultimatum though too. Usually thinking that they had the stim pistol still attached, but they had this. And then our very last weapon is the Loyalist. The Loyalist I'd probably also put up in Super Earth's finest. It is another one of my favorite secondaries to take. It's just a mini purifier. You charge this one up, you shoot it, it does really high damage. You can spam this one out like the Purifier 2, holding 7 shots. The charge shots do a lot of damage, as well as they have a bigger explosion radius. Very good weapon to be taken on just about anything. And this is where I'd put all the secondary weapons as of right now in Helldivers in terms of just my favorites. I will be doing this with the special weapons as well, and I'll probably be doing it with the stratagems too that aren't the special weapons. But tell me your thoughts. Which are your favorite secondary weapons? Which are your least favorite? Thank you guys so very much for watching this. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will talk to you guys next time. Bye-bye, everybody.